What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a trade that I took on Coin on January 12th. I swung puts on it and ended up holding my runners until the following Tuesday. I made about $400 or 3R what I was risking. I would have liked for it to be more, but unfortunately the trade just didn't work out. But nonetheless, this is a playbook trade that I will be taking every single time I see something like this, and I want to break it down for you. So the first thing we want to understand is Coin on the daily chart in the context of what was happening. We saw this sell-off on the Thursday the 11th, and we had a very weak close, which closed below the 144 level, which was the prior low from the prior week. On this Thursday, which was the close right here, we were holding below this 144 level, and then we also put in some support around 140. So on the 12th, on the Friday, what I was looking for specifically after a gap down in the pre-market was a push back into 140 or 144 for sellers to take over to look for more downside. The broader context of this trade thesis was that Bitcoin ETFs had just been approved. And so after this massive runoff, we were expecting profit takers to step in now that the ETFs were approved. So that's what was giving some sort of downside catalyst for this play. Off open, Coin was kind of consolidating and didn't initially move lower. And then kind of late morning around 9:45, we saw this pop into the 140 level. Right here at 9:49, I entered two puts of the following week 135 puts at a fill price of 422 per contract. This did continue higher and broke above 140, where I was close to being stopped out, but I didn't because the 5-minute candle closed weak and closing below 140, which validated my thesis. And the drawdown on this trade went from about 422 per contract, probably down to 370, 380. So it was a little bit of a drawdown, but it was nothing that I didn't accept because I was sized correctly. Right around this time at 10 a.m., we saw the NASDAQ see an influx of sellers come in right off the 17,045 supply level. And so that was another confluence indicator to look for short side trades as opposed to other potential long side trades since things were strong in the morning. As Coin broke down, I didn't have any reason to sell. And in fact, the 5-minute structure actually consolidated very nicely below 136.2. So as I saw this 5-minute bear flag, again, I did not have any reason to sell this position and was challenging myself to hold on to it. Then eventually I saw this base around 133.74 and decided to sell one of my two contracts. I sold that contract at $6.38 per contract, and I wanted to challenge myself to hold the last runner and see how it closed on the day and potentially swing this contract. Coin sold off all morning and my contracts closed very nicely up at around 750, 760 per contract. And then the following Tuesday, we opened up after Martin Luther King Day and initially had a move lower. And because these contracts are in the money, every dollar that Coin goes down, I'm basically profiting another $100. So my strike price is 135 and it was down at 127, and so the premiums went to like 950, 10. And so on the daily chart, I thought we had room back to 115, which is why I was trying to challenge myself to hold this position throughout the week to see if we could really get that extended sell-off. Unfortunately, we broke back above the 132 level, which was also coinciding with pre-market high 131. And so on this candle, I decided to exit. I exited my contract at $6.02 per contract. And so in total on this, I invested $844 and I made $400, which is about a 47% return. But this had the potential to go much larger. And so because I made $400 and I was risking about $130 on my initial risk, that's a 3.2 risk to reward ratio. But this had the potential to be a 10, 12, 15R trade if the trade did work out. And so that's it for the video. I specifically recapped this trade because I think this is a playbook A+ setup that I will be taking every single time that there's an opportunity and challenging myself to swing trade these kinds of trades, given that I have a day trading style. If you like this kind of content and you enjoyed it and you learned something, I encourage you to join my free Discord where the link is in the bio, where I post my daily game plan and then also share some daily recaps and quicker video thoughts on the trading day, what happened, and just my overall mental psychological aspect behind it. I think trading is a very mental thing that requires consistency and doesn't come easy. And so this channel and my Discord group is something that I'm doing to keep myself accountable, to make myself a better trader, and just share my journey and share my learnings with you guys. If you found value in this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.